It's Pretzelman 945 here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to be making my review of the part of the final season of Cobra Kai that I literally just finished watching like 2 minutes ago. Um, so I want to clear something up first. Because I also watched my uh review of the first part that I made back in uh July when that first part came out, and I was mad glazing. Like I was kind of mad glazing. The so it's like first part was really good. I remain convinced of that. But like it was not like thinking back on it was not like, best season so far because, and as I will get into, I enjoyed myself with the second part. I thought it was good. However, there were quite a few problems that I found it very hard to ignore. Even in spite of my ability to mostly be able to ignore what are probably a lot of problems with this show, to just enjoy the fun fights and shit. Um so there was nothing big in particular, like nothing that like makes me like want to stop dropping the show at all or could change its status for one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Nothing like that, but like it was a ton of little things with the characters that really frustrated me. Like what the point what was the point of that the whole like um, I can't remember his name. The fucking dude that's built like a rock that tried to kiss Sam. Whatever his name is, like, what the fuck was the point of adding him? Also, like, speaking of things that, like, what the fuck is the point of that? What the fuck was like? Especially looking back to the first part, like those Mr. Miyagi revelations were kind of interesting. Um, And the plot twist that Quan fucking killed himself and the symbolism there, thinking about it a bit more, it it does, lend some more credence to that. But like, what the fuck was the point of Daniel being kidnapped? It like that really felt like an extremely pointless detour. Also, like several of the interactions just didn't make any sense to me. Like why did Dimitri and Hawk have beef when their chemistry was so good in the freaking like first part of this season? Like, what was the point of that? That did not feel necessary at all. Also, like Robbie being Robbie was incredibly stupid. I think Robbie like might be the most disappointing character because like a lot of the characters feel like they lost their depth with the direction their characters went, and I think Robbie is the biggest culprit of this. I think Robbie is like I don't know. He feels incredibly dumbed down, like emotionally, and I don't really like that. It makes him a lot less interesting. Also, what the fuck was Amanda doing? Like, it feels like she kind of abandoned all of her values because she was like, "Gotta get me on the plane quickly." Um, like rushing the apology. I'm like, it's nice that I like that Kenny was able to make up with like Devin and Anthony, but like we all had problems. Like what that to me was by far the most baffling thing because I was like, what the fuck? This is not like Amanda's character in any fucking way. Uh, that singular moment might be like Robbie's overall like regressed the most, but that singular moment was probably the worst to me. Um, I don't know. That's kind of it for the negatives. I just, there's certain character things where I really question like why did they go in that direction? Like because Chosen in is here's another example. Chosen is like clutch throughout the rest of it, except for the very beginning where he's just like drunk for some reason because he couldn't confess to Kumiko. Like why? I don't know. Obviously that was like foreshadowed in the first part, but then like why? It's the biggest question I'm asking for like a lot of decisions made here. I just think there were a there were a lot of writing decisions that were made that I think really lessen the depth of the characters, and it's not a good thing. There were some good things though. Don't get me wrong. Like Freeze, still the best character. He is consistently entertaining as a troll, and I think it's just it's especially interesting now, like when he sees Silver, which I will definitely get into. I have a boatload of thoughts about that. But like him like wanting to gun down Silver, or I guess knife down since he wanted to kill him with a dagger. Um him just wanting to fucking murder Silver was so entertaining because at this rate, Kreese's role as an antagonist has perfectly evolved with all the context of his like insane backstory and especially everything we learned in the first part about his character. Um, we know that he is a very mentally unstable, deranged man that should definitely be in insane asylum realistically and should not be legally allowed to walk the earth. Um, but that's what makes him so damn entertaining because he is literally the most unpredictable character of all time. I love it. He is so unpredictably entertaining, and that makes him great. That makes him still, in my mind, the best character because he has perfectly fulfilled his role as a villain and antagonist in every single position where he was needed. Um, another character that I thought was consistently great, Miguel and Lawrence. I thought um. I'm gonna change it a little bit, but like another thing I was honestly quite disappointed by is I feel like any progress that was made between Danny and Lawrence in the first part was like lost and then immediately regained with like no consequence between it. I didn't like that very much, but even though the Carmen in the hospital thing was a little bit out of nowhere, and it ended up being fine because Miguel still ended up fighting. The time that allowed for the Miguel Johnny interactions was peak. That that all the stuff like on the plane that was fucking sweet. It really just shows like how to be let's just be honest how crazy and complicated their relationship is. Um, and how much it has evolved and how it is. Um, also, I like Tori. I really do. Um, I think the fact that she was just a conflicted fucking mess was acted so well. And I think that her character just continues to be so So interesting. Um, and as always, the fights were goddamn entertaining. Um, that is, of course, the at this point the biggest reason that I watch the show, and it absolutely fucking delivered. Now, the biggest thing, the biggest like elephant in the room, because it's not, in my opinion, like a good thing or a bad thing. I'm still trying to process like what the fuck and where are they going with this, and that is, of course, bringing Silver back because it made for a extremely surprising moment, and if I put it on camera, I said what the fuck about 5 times in the span of a minute. Um, uh, that was like a great like surprise gag, but like I, this is me like introspecting here. I genuinely have like no idea what they're going to do with Silver, and although I think it's very cool, I'm so mixed because I'm scared because I think that um they could do something extremely disappointing with Silver, that would, I feel like, maybe take away um like really good screen time and character development from Kreese that he might potentially get if Silver was not there. Um that being said, he is an entertaining as fuck bastard, and it was crazy to see him and Kreese fighting. That was just like really entertaining in its own way. And I still love the dichotomy of how Silver versus Kreese is presented. So that one is like, I save that for the end because that is literally like, it could be it could be like a fucking great thing, or it could be an absolute disaster and completely ruin the ending of the show. Um, so overall, um, I did enjoy it, but there were definitely some extremely disappointing parts with the areas of character writing. Um, but regardless, I am still very much looking forward to the final 5 episodes, which at the point of me recording this video is an unconfirmed date in 2025. But I am still very excited for it regardless. But yeah, that is gonna do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.